I'm married to this steak, and I would eat this every
She's married to the steak. Hey everybody, I'm Antoni Porowski, and I'm going to be reviewing not one, but two recipes of mine that were featured on Celebrity Recipe Royale. Royale is French for royale. Let's go. First up, my steak recipe.
So here we have Antoni Porowski's steak recipe.
I know this has nothing to do with the recipe, but sometimes it's the simplest things that get me really excited. I just realized that mixing bowl has a rubber base so that it doesn't slide. Now I need to quickly find out where that bowl was purchased because I think that's amazing. Okay, anyway, I'm back, I'm focusing. Steak recipe, got it.
So Antoni marinates the steak with some crushed garlic and some thinly sliced ginger.
Not a critique of the technique. Peeling ginger, I used to use a knife all the time, but it actually wastes a lot of the ginger root. My friend Rima's mom taught me that you should use the edge of the spoons because it scrapes off all of like the fibers from the outside, like that rough skin, and it leaves you with a lot more fresh ginger to use.
While that's marinating, we're gonna chop up our herbs and our jalapeno for garnish. We're gonna chiffonade parsley, basil, and mint and throw them in a bowl along with some thinly sliced jalapenos. He throws in 2 halves of the lime in the pan for a little extra flavor.
You're right, I do throw lime halves into the pan because you need the skins in there as well. There's a lot of really good citrus oils.
On the plate, he tops it off with the shallot vinaigrette, the herbs, jalapenos, and the juice of the 2 roasted limes.
Beautiful.
There you have it, Antoni Porowski's hanger steak.
And see, when you cook the lime halves with the steak in the cast iron skillet, more juice comes out of the lime.
This one looks delicious. It looks like maybe a carne asada, something you would get at a taqueria. This is very yummy.
Taqueria.
Has a little kick. Definitely my kind of cut. I love rare and I love medium rare.
I love rare and medium rare too.
I'm married to this steak, and I would eat this every
She's married to the steak. People seem to be appreciating like the mixture of the different herbs. That's one thing that I learned in Antoni in the kitchen at my first cookbook that I worked really hard on with Mindy. Shameless plug for Antoni Let's Do Dinner. I continue to mix herbs together in a lot of recipes in that book. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're here to look at steak.
Brie was definitely my favorite. I love the pickled onions. I love the jalapeno. It just added that extra kick, and it was
I love pickled
delicious.
shallots too.
Number 4. The taste was there for me. I liked how it was cooked. Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, fair.
My favorite out of these 4 dishes was number 3. It tasted super fresh. It was really nice and tender.
It is really tender.
So I guess the judges enjoyed their steaks makeover because Antoni Porowski takes today's Celebrity Steak Challenge.
I won. Yes. Yes. Now I'll be watching my grilled cheese recipe.
He uses brioche in his recipe, and he starts off by
I
covering
do
each
use brioche
slice
because
with
it's
a lot
sweet,
of
it's
mayo.
eggy. So here's the deal. Adding mayo to each slice of bread, you don't even really taste it when it's there, but it just acts as a really good binder. If you're putting something like any type of ham or prosciutto or an iberico or whatever it is, it just allows it to cling more easily so that when you first put your grilled cheese onto a really hot pan, it's not just gonna all kind of like slide off. It acts as a really good binder.
Then he tosses that into a very well buttered pan.
Very well buttered pan.
To slice it diagonally, he insists, and here we have Antoni Porowski's grilled cheese.
Cutting a grilled cheese diagonally does taste better. There's just something so satisfying because if you cut it as like a rectangle, when you bite into it, it just makes it harder to get like more of it in your mouth. But if you cut it diagonal, if you start with the point, it goes deeper into your mouth and you're able to get a larger bite.
I feel like for this one, the cheese didn't have that much time to melt before the bread got a little too brown.
The thing about a grilled cheese is that the cheese has to be completely melted. The cheese isn't melted on this grilled cheese, and it's kind of like a trigger for me. If she put it on slightly lower heat, the cheese would have been able to melt. The bread was really nice and golden, but if she would have kept it longer, then the bread would have burnt and the cheese wouldn't have been ready.
I like the prosciutto. I don't think that it's necessary, but it's a good sandwich.
That was a bummer. The steak made me really happy, but the grilled cheese kind of made me a little sad. Thank you so much for watching. September 14th, my second cookbook, Antoni Let's Do Dinner. It's all about dinner, so please support. And really excited for you to cook from it, hopefully. And Queer Eye coming out. We don't really know when because Netflix doesn't tell us anything, but it'll be out soon.